Hi everybody,
Hello.
I'm Lynn with Plasma Energy Solution, and this is our favorite daughter, Stephanie,
Hi everyone.
and she's our only daughter.
I'm the only daughter.
But
yes.
does it make you feel better if I say you're our favorite daughter?
Sure.
Okay. So today we're going to talk to you about anxiety relief. And anxiety relief can be used both for people and for pets. And what's in anxiety relief? Well, you've got the GANs of zinc, CO2, a little bit of CH3, CuO2, hemoglobin, and amino acids. And I want to talk a minute about the CH3 because a lot of you have heard videos that say, oh my gosh, never use CH3 with a certain virus that was in the news, or never use CH3 with if somebody has cancer. The situation where you don't want to use CH3 is if you were making a pair of patches to put on either side of an area that had a tumor. You wouldn't put CH3 in the patch because it adds to the energy and may add to the energy of the tumor. So I hope that answers your CH3 question. The CH3, in addition to being a booster, is also thought to be the connection with the soul. So I don't want to throw the baby out with the bathwater.
Right.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
So now there are some other proprietary herbs, roots, and other items in here that we don't share with you what's in there. And you may notice on a lot of our formulas that you'll always see, well, there's CO2 and zinc and well, are they all the same? No, they're not the same. Often the proportions are different. And in the case of the anxiety, Steph, read on yours what the proportion is of the zinc and the CO2.
It is 80% zinc oxide GANS water, and 20% CO2 GANS water.
Okay, and then it has all the other additions.
Yep, a small amount of CH3 GANS water and a few drops of amino acid, right? And
right.
the Z and O2 GANS.
Right.
Okay.
So the zinc is what makes the connection with the emotion, and that's why there's a high percentage of the zinc in there. So how have we used the anxiety relief? I made it part of my overall energy station. After I made my separate jar, which you see right here, separate jar with a vial in it, and it's the anxiety relief, I actually put one of these on my plasma energy station and just added it to it as the overall energies.
Right.
Your body's going to pick and choose what energies it wants. So let's say there's 42 or 472 energies. If your body wants 1, 14, 89 today, that's what it's going to take. Mm-hmm. Okay? Tomorrow it might take something else, and it will ignore everything else. Mm-hmm. Okay? So,
so you've used it just by putting it on your station.
On the station.
Right. One of my daughters suffers from anxiety, and she uses it by putting the vial into a water bottle. And when she, when she uses it, it's very effective. But you have to use it for it to be effective.
You can't leave it on the shelf?
No.
Okay. And then one of the ways we used it was with our cat Wren, who was dumped in a snowstorm as a kitten and just had a very bad beginning. And she was very sketchy, always, she was a scaredy cat. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. When I first met Wren, I heard there was a cat here, but I did not see the cat. And now when I come over, Wren is she's over to our left. She's very present, and not just because she's hungry.
Right.
Yeah.
But she is very present when she's hungry.
Right. Right.
And her hunger kicks in 3 to 4 hours ahead of time.
Right. But she's very interactive, is what I'm trying to say.
That's right. That's right. And our grandson Boone really likes cats, and when he was younger, she would just hiss at him, and he'd go, "Grandma, I really like cats. Why is she doing that?" And I said, "She's just scared of everything." And after using the anxiety, and how did I use it? I put a vial right in their water dish, okay? And after she used it for a while and he came over, she let her pet him. He got to where he could pick her up, and he's going, "Grandma, I think she forgot." So
you can spray, you can put it in their water dish in the vial, or you can spray something.
Yeah, spray their bedding, spray wherever
Okay.
they like to sleep. Sure. And if they have a cat tower, spray that. If they're having a really anxious moment, what you can do, cats don't like to be sprayed with water. So I'll just put some on my hand and rub their coat. And that's a good way to take care of it too.
Okay.
So can you think of anything else that we need to cover with the anxiety relief?
What did you notice when you added it to your station? Did you notice anything different, or?
I didn't. And you know, Paul always used to ask me about that. Well, how do you feel differently? And I said, well, you know, I always feel good. And so I wish I had a parallel Lynn that didn't have it. You know,
There's Ren.
There's Ren.
Right on cue.
Yeah, right on cue. So you see the black paw coming up. So I would just say that I don't have many anxious moments.
Yeah, I would
Yeah.
agree with that. What I can attest to is that my older daughter seems to benefit greatly when she uses it. So,
Okay.
yeah.
And the key thing here is when you get these energies, really embrace them and make them part of your daily routine and not a sometimes routine.
Right.
And that's why I would go ahead after setting up your main jar of anxiety relief, put it on your main water source that you're drinking all day long. Put a vial on there or a pair of patches, whatever you want to do, and just incorporate it as part of what you're doing. And a lot of these energies are very subtle to where all of a sudden you stop and think one day and go, gosh, that's not an issue for me anymore. You know, because it's just gradual and subtle, and then you realize when you think about it, oh, that's better.
Right.
Yeah.
So when Dr. Paul, my dad, decided to make the anxiety relief, what was it that prompted him to do that? Like, what was his intention behind it? Because he always had intention behind everything that he did.
Sometimes it was because Lynn said, I think we need to make this. And so a lot of what would happen is because we were so much of a team, is he was really the nuts and bolts of doing things in a very linear scientific manner. And often I was kind of the idea person. Well, how about if we did this one?
And what made you think it was a good time to do that?
The overall times that we're living in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, and we've had this for a couple years, so even more so today than when we started with it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would agree. Okay, so anxiety relief you have for humans and pets.
Absolutely.
Okay.
And I don't know if our plants are anxious or not.
I don't know.
I guess so you
either.
could experiment.
We're all energy, so.
That's right. And I call them our plant people and our tree people and things like that. So my plants probably were anxious the other day when they got hailed on.
Probably.
Yeah, and
Right.
they didn't get hurt. So, okay, well,
All right.
thank you very much for watching this. I hope you will, website.
Website.
Yes, plasmaenergysolution.com. And I hope you'll give me a thumbs up and share this with others if you've liked this video. And thanks again for being with us.
Thanks, everyone.